Hey guys, so if you've checked my shorts tab in like the past 4 days, you've probably seen some of the videos I posted there. And that's because I went to the Grand Canyon and Arizona, and it was really cool. And I was there for like 4 days, and I got some pretty cool stuff there. And also, I wanted to talk about my experience there and what I think of the state and all the stuff I saw, as well as some other things I just wanted to say about my trip there. So yeah, that's what this video is about. So anyways, here are my thoughts on Arizona. First up, the state is freaking beautiful. There are mountains everywhere. There's so many just sites that you can just take a picture of that look beautiful. And there's just so many spots that just look amazing in that state. And it's just amazing. It's just a very beautiful state. There's so many things you can get pictures of there that look awesome. I've got like a ton of pictures saved up in my phone after I went there, and just the Grand Canyon itself is just such an amazing thing. There were so many people there taking pictures of it, and I just had to get a ton myself, and it's just such an amazing sight to see. It's a very beautiful state. There's a lot of moments that you're probably going to want to take a picture of. It's amazing. The second thing I want to talk about is some of the things that you might encounter in Arizona. First up, they have cactuses, which I think are really cool. I've seen a lot of cactuses in cartoons, and they're just such like a cool bit of wildlife, and that's really cool. The next piece of wildlife that I don't like are scorpions, which kind of freak me out, alright? They're kind of scary. I don't know if this is gonna kill me if it stings me, and I don't want to get stung by it either way. And the fact that these are on the ground scares me even more. Like, what if I accidentally step on one of these? Is it gonna sting through my shoe? I don't know. But scorpions, they kind of freak me out, they're a little bit scary. And I actually caught one with my brother in Arizona. I even got a video of that, but yeah, scorpions, there's a lot of them. They freak me out. The other piece of wildlife that I think is actually really cute are the lizzies, the lizards. They're really cute. There's tons of lizards in Arizona that I saw, and my last night there, well actually no, I think it was like my second night there, I went outside and there were like little geckos all over the place, like on like this firewood that we had like near a fire, and they were just all over the place, and I just think that they're so cute. I love the lizards that are everywhere here. I just think they're so cute, and I wasn't really scared by any of the lizards. I just think they're really awesome, and the fact that you could just find these guys running around everywhere just makes it such an awesome state. And yeah, that's also really cool. Next thing I want to talk about is the hotel that I stayed at. I was actually in two places here. One was a hotel, and one was this other place that we stayed at that I don't think was a hotel. No, it wasn't. It was like some attraction thing on like this mountain that we had to pay $200 to sleep at. And yeah, that was where I was, like, I think the last 2 nights I was there. But the hotel I stayed in was okay. I'm not going to say it was good, but I also don't want to say it was bad, because it was alright. They had a pool, that was pretty cool. There were some other things that weren't so good about it, but overall they weren't that bad. But it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. The hotel was okay. The second place I was at, though, was absolutely amazing, okay? It was on, like, this sort of cliff thing, and you could look over it, and you could see down the cliff. It wasn't really like a mountain, like, if you jump off it, you'll die. It was like a cliff, kind of, like a slope. Maybe a hill, maybe. Something like that. And it had this really cool view of, like, the city at night. I wish I could have gotten, like, a better picture of it, but my phone is terrible. But, it was just so cool. And so just amazing to look off of at night. And there were even shooting stars too where I was, because we were sort of like sleeping outside, kind of. We had like this tent thing. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It was sort of like a tent, but also not at the same time. But yeah, it was really cool. We looked up at the stars. There were shooting stars, and there were so many cool views there. It was really nice. And yeah, the second place I stayed at was really cool. Next thing I want to talk about is the mountains. There are tons of mountains here. There's the Grand Canyon, And then there's like the hundreds of mountains here. Now, these mountains sort of play in to all the beautiful views of the state, but wow, there's just a ton of mountains here. They all look so big and they're so massive, and they're kind of scary, like just looming over the land and how big they are. And there's just like hundreds of them all over the state. Like, you couldn't drive somewhere and not see a mountain like looming over the deserts of this place. There are hundreds of mountains probably in Arizona. I'm not sure on that, but I saw a lot of mountains while I was there. And they kinda a little bit unsettling, but they were still pretty cool. They played into like all the beautiful views of the state, and it was really nice getting pictures of all the mountains there. And they did look pretty cool, but I don't know, they gave me this sort of unease. Maybe I just don't like mountains that much. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is the heat. Now, it was pretty hot when I got there. Maybe it wasn't like summer yet, it's spring right now. So I don't think it was like at its full apex of heat in Arizona, but from what I've heard, it was very hot. But there, it actually was really chill, you know? It was really cool. I wasn't like burning to death at all. It was sort of hot at times, but it wasn't really what I expected. In fact, I even saw snow a couple of times there in Arizona, like in the shade. And, yeah, you know, going into Arizona, I was really worried about the heat. But that was not actually that bad. I've seen the snow there. And it also got kind of cold at night, so... yeah, it's not really that hot there. I'm guessing in the summer, that's when it burns to death. Because it was way hotter than it is here, of course, but, you know, it wasn't really what I expected. But yeah, that's sort of all I really wanted to talk about from Arizona. I'd have to rate my trip just awesome. It was really cool going there. And, you know, I've sort of evolved as a person after going there. It was really cool seeing all these mountains. And I gotta say, here in Wisconsin, it is not as cool as it is in Arizona. Arizona is 100 times cooler than this state, and it was really awesome going there. So yeah, that's sort of all I really had for this video. For the conclusion, watch out for scorpions, guys, and Arizona is really cool. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next epic video. Alright, bye.